There again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio in the backyard, kind of late in the day. Good morning. And this is my 14 by 14 inch canvas. And I have been editing what seems like an eternity, the book, making pictures of tools and editing all kinds of stuff. Not to be confused with the real editor who will fix my mistakes, but I've had enough. I need to do something for fun, and this is it. And I have my glasses, I know I do. So I'm spreading some white paint with my OXO omelet turning spatula and removing whatever that is. Goodbye. And I don't want it to be terribly thick. It's not the hottest day. I am in Florida, but it's not the hottest day. It's not that cool either, but at least the sun isn't beating right down. I'm going to try and keep my tops off my bottles so I can pick up what I've got more easily. I've shaken all my paints because it's been a few days, and if you are using squeeze bottles, then your Floetrol will settle to the top when you're not using it, so keep a marble in that bottle. And I'll remind you of all this stuff in the book when it finally gets ready to be published on Amazon for or around Christmas. We hope so. So this is my OXO omelet turning spatula. It's available on the Amazon link directly below the video. Buy the bigger one instead of the smaller one. The bigger one is better for our purposes. More flexible blade, just spreads paint better. Putting that in my bucket of paint water. So I have two ideas and I'm not sure which one I'm going to go with, and I may go with both of them. And so first of all, I've got this neat little container and I'm going to put some paint in the bottom of it. Maybe you can even see that if I put it over here. Clever me. Also, I've got Teespring. You see clothes underneath my video now, and there's stuff that has a painting on the back or a slogan on the back. Not yet, but almost. Probably by the time you see this. And okay, that's coming out sporadically at best. I just want colors I like. Anyway, so I'm having fun designing like leggings and cool stuff. There. Now I'm going to show you. There we go. My surprise. I went to the flea market recently for the first time in a long time. I don't know if this is going to work at all. I don't know what's going to happen, honest to gosh. So these are all shaken, so I don't need to worry about it. That's nice. And I never use enough green. Is that the green I want? Sure it is. So I can always do something else with this canvas if it doesn't work out the way I want it to, but do I want that in there? Not really. But I do want some turquoise. Not that that's usually a color that would go next to the other color, but whatever. I don't know if I put any gold in there at all. So I'm just going to fill that up with gold and see what happens. This just happens to be the bottom of a paint container. And Anita's, I think. So I found this, actually. I might wind up using this too. This is for cutting a blooming onion. It cost me like $2. It's, I haven't, up until this point, had much of an easy time finding anything that would work well for me as far as strainers go. Oh, I see that. Anyway, so I'm dumping this in there and seeing what happens. And I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought, well, if I push up the center of the canvas, will it make all the paint go out the sides? And I thought, yeah, it might. So those wound up being at least pretty colors. It's kind of a novel idea. It's different than the strainer, but it looks a little more like what I've been hoping to get all this time than I've had an opportunity to actually get. I have gnats that want to get in my painting. So I'm going to lift that right up and put it right in my bucket of water, which you should put into a bucket of sand or something, by the way. And then I'm going to take advantage of these cool colors. This is sort of like I still require the patience of a ring pour. And I don't really have that, but I do try. This might be good with an edge catcher, but I'd really love to keep all those neat patterns. I'm glad I put the paint into the cup first. Let me introduce you briefly, if you haven't met them before, to my Princeton Art Tool spatulas. little silicone tools that work wonders with scraping and spreading and swiping. Because I hate wasting paint, and I know you do too. Most of you anyway. I have lately wasted more than my fair share, I think. I kind of want to put something in there. What do I want to put in there? I don't know. But I can always use a chain or a pipe cleaner. Not really. Yeah, what am I looking for? I've got forks. And I don't think I really like that, but it's not going to be like that when I'm done anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I hate the idea of having to lose things. That's why one reason I always use my edge catchers. So let me just recenter my paint and grab one. I guess I don't really have a choice unless I want to do it again next to it, which I could, but I think a smaller one. I might have to develop or design a tool that does the same thing on a smaller scale. So I am going to use my edge catcher, which is just half of a 16 by 20 sheet of plastic that comes in 16 by 20 canvases from Michaels. And maybe if I rotate this back and forth enough, I see a rather large lump in there. I wonder if that's an actual lump or a pretend lump. Floetrol sometimes gets a little fugly, because I'm thinking I should probably strain it, and I'm too lazy. I'm not really a lazy person though. Alright, so I like how that pale pink affected other things. I'm going to keep recentering my paint. I realize I did not start my timer. And I bet anything we have less than 10 minutes left. So I'm going to set that timer for 10 minutes. My camera shuts off at 20 minutes. And I really hate not being able to say goodbye to you guys. And all the other stuff I'm supposed to say. So what I'm thinking is, yeah, squeeze the paint back over as soon as you catch it, is I like some of these colors a lot. So much so that I think, in spite of the fact that I'm afraid I might be wasting something, I am going to, where is it? Right in front of you. You know it's in front of you. Where is it? The turquoise, you just had it. Yes, she's talking to herself. Okay, let's use a different color. Let's use a lot more of that color. I need to use it up anyway. And when I use my edge catcher, as I catch the paint on the edges, I can also throw it back into the composition. So that should be a really interesting... Oh, come on. I have something in my tip. It's good to have bamboo skewers if you have squeeze bottles, because they will go through and clean out your tips as you need them to be. So, I can't call this a conventional anything, so I can't worry about not maintaining the integrity. Let's just... let's let all that go down there, and let's throw it right back on again. And hope I don't lose all those cool little fingers of pink, which I really do like. And I'm kind of taking my time. I really like those, so I want to keep them, and paint flows to paint. So, I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I have done this enough so that I feel confident that I can do something with something. That made such sense. Sometimes I should just not speak. Yeah, but that will drag that down there, which I'm happy about. And I didn't put paint on my sides, which is okay, because it gives me something to hang on to for right now. And when I hit it with my edge catcher, pooling, as long as you don't drop your edge catcher, wow, be careful, back into your paint. I can also... Ah! That was too close. I can also use my spatulas to scrape off the paint from my edge catcher and just create new patterns right there. And I'm going to use that spatula to go right over the edge. That's kind of cool. I'm liking that. I have some Prussian blue with some Deco Art pouring medium in it, and I think I want to use some of that down here. And because there are no rules for me in my studio, I'm just going to push it in place with a spatula, which you may or may not be able to see. Darn. Sorry. And I don't mind that pink up there. I had a little naked canvas there. I'm kind of liking this a lot. It reminds me of things I used to do a lot more often. I'm going to use that Prussian blue with the Deco Art pouring medium and the Floetrol in it on that gold because I love the fact that together they sell nicely. I like using up the paint on my spatula. I don't necessarily like wiping it off. I do have a nice cotton rag handy to wipe it off if I feel like I need to. I think because that worked nicely, I'm going to do it over there. This is just sort of me making light of the fact that I have a really hard time making pretty flowers out of sink strainers. But I know that there's some way to utilize that tool to my benefit, so I'm not likely to give up. I'm pretty hardcore about not giving up on things, for sure. And I like this black in here. Oh, it's not black. It's the blue. Okay, I'm partially blind. Did I mention that? Never mind. Alright, so I'm liking that. I'm not inclined to add any chain yet because I'm still liking a lot all the other stuff that's happening here. I'm going to pull that down over the edge. What am I going to do? I'm going to use a different spatula. I'm going to use a spatula that I've got to let the paint fall onto. I'm so tricky. You can't see me. I'm so sorry. And I'm going to use that paint up here because I like it. And the question is, how much of it do I want to add on there? And I kind of like all of that. And we should torch really soon. I want that gold to be up over that edge. Yep, she's using her fingers again. I could stick all kinds of stuff in here, I believe. And that might be okay, but I'm loving the cells. There's no silicone in this mix. And there's a little bit of paint here and there that I can add to my edges if I need to. And some that I should wipe off. But most generally, yeah, let's let that go where it wants to go. And just, most generally, let's see. Nope, I don't like any of that. I didn't really smooth out that gold, but I don't think I really mind. I got a little bit of negative space left, and I've got a white piece of edge that I'm going to hit right now because I can. And everything else is covered pretty nicely. I think it's time to tell you guys what I need to tell you, which is shop my Amazon link under the under the video if you want to see what I like for tools that I've placed in there at no added cost to you. And the recipe for my paint pouring mixture and other tricks are in the description under the video. I recently hooked up with Teespring, so there's cool t-shirts. I might have mentioned that already. I'm so psyched. I can't even tell you. I love designing stuff. I might have said that too. So she's a little redundant today. Whatever. At the bottom of the description under the video are the albums on Facebook, Expressionist Art Studio Fans and Collectors, where you can see what's for sale and how much it is, and the most recent, or as recent as I can make them, videos. I want a skewer. That's why I'm hesitating all over the place, because I just want a skewer. I just recently took pictures of all my stuff, so it's spread all over the place, as opposed to right where I want it. And skewers will often let me dip right into paint and steal it and move it somewhere else, which I happen to love stealing paint. So there's also Instagram and Pinterest at the bottom there. And if you want to help support the studio, please feel free to look at the icons on my YouTube channel header for Patreon and PayPal. There's also links under the video. Not only is there a book hopefully coming out for Christmas, there's a contest running from November 5th to December 5th with the winner announced for choosing one of the 3 paintings that I've put up. This is really cool. I'm really happy I did this. I'm just really happy to be out here painting again, actually. So if you donate to PayPal, they automatically give me your email address and a phone number, and you can leave me a message if you donate and let me know where you'd like me to contact you if you're the winner, so you have a chance to choose. And then you can tell me if you want to have your name announced or not. I will share the... Ooh, what's that? I don't know. Share your name or not. Anyway, so we don't have to do that, but we can if you like. I wouldn't mind. We torch. People keep asking me why we torch. We torch because the heat from the torch affects the Floetrol and or the pouring medium mixed with the acrylic, the fluid acrylic paint, which becomes flow art, flow paint when you add pouring mediums. It also releases cells, but mostly it releases air bubbles caught in the paint. So I'm pretty happy with this, and I'm not seeing too much that I'm unhappy with about it. And you're going to be gone in a second, so I should show you. Yeah, I'm really pleased with this. I'm surprised how pleased I am with it, to tell you the truth. This might be the luckiest, not a some kind of strainer pour ever. There's still time for me to take a picture of it, and that's you probably gone. And I'm going to line that up and see what you can see and say, I think I've told you everything. If you need to ask me questions, do so. I want to thank all of the people who've contributed so far to keep me painting. I really appreciate that. You have no idea. You might by now, because I say it all the time. I do love all you guys. I love talking to you. I love your comments. I appreciate you responding. I really, really, really need your thumbs up, and I appreciate it if you like my process. If you want to share a thumbs up with me, that's definitely something that would please me very much. So, do I see anything else that's bothering me? I haven't done a whole lot of extra stuff to this, but we are still recording. And I think I can zoom in a little bit for you guys, if I push that up a little. And I want to make one more video before the day is over, so I'm going to say, now you can see what I can see. This is Priscilla Batzell at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard. Having a good time with you. Come again. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now. Have a great day. See you soon.